Hey there. Um, it's my... Oh, there we go. I was looking at Twitch instead of OBS for this. That'll have a bit of a lag. Yeah. So I have a little bit of a to-do list in the upper right-hand corner of the stream. I want to hack at some things, and I want to make some improvements that I've been slacking off on. So let's just do that. So this code right here is a PAM module that uses Tailscale for authentication. This is all open source code. You can find it at the link that I'm going to paste into the chat. github.com/tailscale/PAM. This is my side project. I want to see how bad of an idea this is in practice. So let's go into the PAM module. Give SpaceMax a second to wake up, and cool. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to make a binding to the PAM info function. What this function does is it lets you display messages to the user when you're authenticating with PAM. In our case, we're going to use it to send a... Hello, Hollings. We're going to use it to send a message to the user that says, congratulate, you are authenticating over Tailscale. So we're just going to convert this C function type into a Rust type. So we have the format string, which I believe should be pointer const c underscore char to PAM result code. Oh. Let's get Rust Analyzer thinking. So first what I'm going to do here is hello Reb Elder. Oh, cool. I got the function type right on the first try. Awesome. So we have the function type here. So now we need to write a safe wrapper for it. We don't really care about the rest of the arguments in the variadic arguments here. As long as we have like just the first one, we can format it with the format macro, and we're probably fine. Oh, Rebel Elder. Okay. Okay, so now we want to change this to a PAM result. We don't really care about the exact things. We're going to have it be a PAM result of unit. So we're going to want to convert the message into a C string. And we're going to make an assumption here that the message doesn't have any null characters in it. Because if you... C strings are null terminated. So in Rust, if you pass a string that has a null somewhere in it, the C string is going to get cut off. So in this case, we're going to have to make an assumption here that you won't pass it something that has a null string in it, a null byte in it. So we have a C string new from message dot expect no, don't include a null byte. This will blow up at runtime, but this should be a, in an ideal world, this would be a compile time error, but I don't think we're going to get there. So then we want to match the result of unsafely calling the C function, paminfo, on the, oh, right, we need the PAM handle here too. PAM handle T, PAM H, and oh, it got rid of the message because of course it did. As pointer. And then what does this say? The PAM info returns these values, which can be either memory buffer error, conversation failure, a PAM success, or a PAM system error. So let's match PAM result code : PAM success. Okay. And then, oh yeah, I have to have a comma at the end of that for a match case. And then anything else, we can say okay, I need to grab the value here, so let's bind this to a value real quick. Now let's see if this compiles. Oh, right. While I was auto-correcting, it pulled something in, but then Rust format didn't pull it out, so cool. We have a function named info, and we have it bound to a C function named pam_info. Let's see if this works. So, and we go into lib.rs, and tailpam.auth. This returns a result of unit. So let's make that return more than just a result of unit. Or okay, I think that at this stage it's probably good enough for this first part, because we're going to need to grab other things out of the Tailscale, and that's gonna be with the whois API right here. So let's call that good for now. Let's say add get status. Move that over there so it's easier to read. So now I have the wrong window selected, but I added the PAM info function and I added our safe wrapper for it. I can add some documentation later. You know what? I'm not going to add it later, so let's just add it now. And we go to pam.rs and we scroll up to info. We sends a to the user when doing a PAM conversation. What is the format of this safety section? Ah, it's a hash. Ah. There are probably people that are following. Hi, Tolt underscore. Welcome to the stream. Doing some Rust hacking with Pam, and this is kind of cursed. It's beautiful. Is this actually safety or is this just semantics? Let's call it semantics and let's put it there. So now we're gonna have, oh, right. Qthing, git config, that, and we got email. I don't think Twitch has a dedicated programming category. I think it would be under creative. However, this works, so... Oh, there's software and game development now? Okay, I should probably use that in the future. In case the Twitch admin yells at you. Okay. Software and game development. There we go. So now we have the first part of this done. I'm just gonna add a to-do item here for this. Highlight the to-do. We completed the CFFI binding, so now let's work on the next step, which is the Whois API. So, Tailscale has some undocumented API routes that it exposes over a Unix socket. One of them is a Whois API, which is the magic of how hacking the hello.ipn.dev site works. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna find the part of the code that has that cd ipn local API local api.go. It's gonna take a second for everything to think. The language server thing, and now we have the serve Whois function, which takes a URL parameter called adder and then returns a marshaled JSON form of that. So let's call this manually with curl to see what it does. Curl-v for verbose. We're gonna have it run to the Unix socket that Tailscale uses. Adder equals the IPv4 address of this machine, :0. And okay, we get a whole bunch of information. First we get that we have this machine, its name is Shachi. It has some allowed IPs, it has some endpoints, and it has host information. Including, among other things, the fact that I do in fact run a Minecraft server on this machine. Yeah, this part of the... Yeah, I have a Minecraft server local to this machine. It's not shared anywhere. I was mainly using it for hacking at things, just like having a Minecraft server to hack at things and having something that would automatically run in the background so I don't have to care about it too much. But either way, we have this big blob of JSON. So now this capabilities thing is interesting to me. This capability here is admin. Does this mean that like that user is an admin user in the tailnet? Let me do some quick searches. Oh, it is set if you have admin's powers in the tailnet. So if I make a new private window, I go to login.tailscale.com, I sign in with GitHub, and I use my Smurf account. Oh, I have to get an email code? Okay. Okay. And then authorize Tailscale. Oh, this isn't anything that's worth testing on a Raspberry Pi server. Okay, cool. Well, it says you don't have access to the admin console. Thank you for the follows. Many underscores and Jucharian? I think I pronounced that right. I hope I did. You'll probably let me know if I didn't. Either way, this capability thing right here is probably going to be useful later when I try to implement some something. But let's okay, so we have this. It returns this JSON. Let's do it. Let's wire it up. So we go into tailscale.rs, and actually with this JSON type pb copy. Perfect. I'm going to use a quick website to transform this JSON into Rust code. Cannot edit in read-only editor. Okay, have it your way. So paste this in. Okay, so now the node, do I already have node? I do, as peer. I might want to keep the computed name and the computed name with host, because that will give me the host name without the fully qualified domain name, unless... Oh, it's already in there. Okay, cool. I don't know my own code. So user profile is a user, node is a peer, and then we just remove everything else because we already had it. We don't need host info, we don't need services. We have users. Okay, let's see if this compiles still. Okay, I'm missing a derive, so... Oh, I want partial EQ and eq. Yeah. We don't want those there. Binary operation cannot be applied to type peer. Okay, then let's make it applicable to type peer. Partial eq. The eq trait, by the way, has it basically lets the compiler test if two things are equivalent to each other. Awesome. Okay, so now we have the stuff to call the whois API. We have a whois response struct. Mech WAPF, thanks for the subscriber. Thanks for the sub. Was not expecting to get a subscriber to this, but thank you so much. Okay, so I have the part where I call curl there, like that. So let's implement it on whois response, I guess. Take this Amazon money, yeah. Robbing Jeff Bezos of $5. Pub and get, and then we're gonna want a sock adder. Yeah, we're gonna want a socket adder, and that's going to return a super result of self or something. Okay, so one of the here's a like pro gamer tip that you can use when you're writing curl code. There's this flag in curl called --libcurl. So what you can do is basically split --libcurl whois.c, and then you can vim whois.c, and you see the equivalent libcurl code that you use to create this. So yeah, I'm using curl in this PAM module because it's the least complicated SSH client for this. But the important parts that I'm looking here to see if curl has any shorthand for setting URL parameters, it doesn't seem to. So it looks like I'm just going to have to set the URL manually. That's fine. We can use the easier curl thing and then return that. So okay, so now the complicated part is going to be making a URL safely. So do I have the URL crate? I don't. Let's just pull in the URL crate real quick. I believe the URL crate's at version 2. Oh, there's a hype train that's close. We get, like, one more subscriber. We have a hype train, whatever that means. I don't know what that means for the record. Crates.io. Search for URL. Oh, it is version 2. Okay. So then we go over the documentation. Okay, URL parse. Gotcha. Awesome. I think Rust is going to complain about your non-capitalization of self in the return type. You know what? It might. Let's find out, but that's a mistake. Okay. So now let u equals URL : parse? No, I edited the wrong cargo.toml file. Crates tailpam, and edit that cargo.toml, put the URL crate there. And now we should have it. And we have parse, which then we take this. That's going to have a compiler error. That's okay. So then we go into lib.rs. And in this error definition, we can just add another error. And then we create a URL parse error here. Error URL parse from URL parse error. Oh, did I nail that? Oh, sweet. I did it. I did it. Amazing. U dot. Need to put a cooldown on hydration. But yes, I have hydrated. U dot params query pairs mute. Okay, let's take a look at the URL documentation real quick and see how to set query parameters. Okay, path segments mute. Exposes methods to manipulate the path of a URL that cannot be based. Implementation detail if query pairs mute, not used directly. Query pairs mute. Okay. Manipulates this URL's query string. Oh, it directly manipulates the thing inside there. So u.query pairs mute dot append pair adder, and then we can do adder dot toString. And then finally, we can set the URL to u.asster. Bada bing, bada boom. I think we got ourselves a whois response. So let's make a quick test for this. Wait, is this a test of the bottom file, or yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to make a test. We'll call this function whoisget. So we want let st equals status get, because we want to get our tailscale IP so that we can assemble a socket adder, right? And then we can assemble the socket adder and yeah, definitely want to make sure that you have the right capitalization there. I have shift and enter on the same key, and sometimes it doesn't register either shift or enter. It's kind of great. Okay, so then let sock adder, or let this SA equals sock adder : from, or let me take a look at the socket adder type in Rust 1 sec. Rust socket adder. Oh, you can just do a dot parse. Awesome. So status dot what do we have in this thing? No. Okay. Split. And then we do GG. We have myself. And myself is a peer, so we have struct peer. And we have tail adder. So let's try this. Let SA equals st.myself.tail adder now we have a socket address. Let's hope that works. Kind of doing it a bit of the YOLO way. So now, whois response get socket adder dot unwrap. Now the real question is going to be if this passes, if the test works. I'm pretty sure it will, but we're gonna find out. Argo test. I have to borrow it there. That's fine. Might have to clone it too. Cannot borrow as u is mutable because it's not declared as mutable. Okay. Oh, I have to declare the URL is mutable. Oh, okay. I have to declare the URL is mutable in order to access immutable methods on it. That's right. Okay. Invalid type sequence, expected a string, line 44, column 19. Okay, so what is line 44? Now we go into here and we go to line 44. Or is it one of those cases where it's off by one? Valid type sequence expected a string. Oh. At line 232. Oh, it failed at the status. Okay. Okay, so let's double check the type on this thing, because I might have messed something up. I don't need a language server for JSON files. Let's go to line 44, capabilities. It is a sequence, expected a string. I probably royally messed something up. Okay, so where is it? Option vec string. Yep, I was a dummy. Okay. Result unwrap, missing field, public key. Okay, that's just something else that has to be an option. Line 111. eWhiz.json. Where is public key? Ah, here it is. Emacs is very unhappy about running a little window like this. Ah, and there's a point where I actually do use the public key. So... missing field host name. Most of this part is going to be fixing compiler errors. Because I did not know that these fields could be optional. Missing field OS. Wait, what? Oh my god, I think this is a different thing. I think this is a different type. I'm an idiot. Yeah, I am. Oh crap. Okay, let's, undo this. And, oh my gosh. This normally isn't as annoying in Emacs, but, because I'm running Emacs in a really tiny terminal, it doesn't really like it. So, I'm going to copy all of this. I think because I have a GUI Emacs window open, that means that it will properly copy it to my clipboard. No, it will not. Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's right. I have an Emacs daemon thing open. C-W-N. How do I force to make a GUI window, though? Okay, that's not going to work there. So I'm going to open this in a GUI text editor real quick. I'm just going to use Kate, and I'll copy this over here. Copy, JSON to Rust, and we take this giant derived type, we copy, we go back over here, and we paste. We're going to call this who is peer. That seems like a better name for this. Then we're going to go back here and delete this hack. Awesome. I have OBS recording, right? I do. Okay, good. And we have test passing. Yay! It turns out that when you use the right type, everything works. Oops. Okay, so now we have the Whois API. And we're going to want to return a result of Whois response, because this is actually going to be useful. And say colon socket adder, and then we can delete most of this crap. So now, what is this config? Oh, that's what the config's used for. Okay. We're probably going to want the status still, because the status is what's going to let us determine later if you're a tailnet admin or something. So now we want let result equals Whois response. Tail scale colon Whois response. Get SA question mark and I assume okay result. I think dot unwrap or dot map error we want to ignore that and return unknown IP SA dot 0 dot clone. What is the socket adder thing? How do you get the IP out of that? Yeah, things work when you write it correctly, and I just noticed the hydrate, so I'm going to mark it as complete. Okay, so I have a socket address. Oh, you do .ip as a method. .ip. Question mark. Awesome. Okay, let's see if this compiles. straight from... Oh. Oh, right, because I just made it a double error. Okay. Awesome. In the sauceum. Now, what does config contain? Oh, it's a user and the rhost. Okay. So, actually, we don't need the socket adder. We can derive the socket adder. I don't think we need the syslog call there either. So, equals socket adder new, and our host is already an IP adder, so that's good. And then we can let's call this ADDR for consistency. We can pull it from cfg.remote host there. I think that'll work. Let's find out. It will. Cool. So now we go up here and unused import socket adder. It is used though. Oh, oh, right, because it's used in the test module, but not in the main thing. Okay. Is it used in the main thing? I thought it was. It is. We want it to be a standard net socket adder. Replace qualified path with use. And then that's going to make this a little bit angy, but we can replace it with this. And awesome, we passed tests again. That's good. That's yeah, don't worry. The channel points aren't worth anything. Yeah, what time is it on this other side of the world? I am in Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the east coast of North America. And yeah, normally I do my streaming in the evening because that's after work. However, this is a stream that I'm doing in the middle of the workday, sanctioned by my employer. So that's new. Git add. We want to get diff just to look over and make sure everything's okay. So these are the dependencies that we brought in for the URL crate. This is fine. This is fine. We have the URL crate. We have the fact that we're bringing in the socket adder type. We have the URL parsing error to our error type. We have the fact that we replaced the entire freaking thing with getting the returning the who is response. And now then we have the fact that we changed the tailscale.rs file to include the who is response and a who is peer and all of this other information that we can use to create a determination on if you're allowed to be in or not. So now we can commit. create slash tailpam, use the whois API. This also makes the auth function return information about the user that is authenticating. So Pam can use that in new and exciting ways. Okay, so now we have the whois response. That to do is too heckin' done. And then we can go back to the PAM module and make it print a happy little message. Okay. Who? That sounds like a good thing to call that. Then we want to format a string that says welcome X and who dot user profile dot display name. I put 2 new lines there just in case. This is going to return an error, so we can just Pam try. This is kind of a horrible macro, but no. Okay. Wrap. This is also bad practice, but we're not going to we're not going to keep it around very long. And it is hydration time. Hydration time is a good time. Man, Pam Tailscale, how to describe this real quick. Add welcome message. Get show head, there we go. Head tilde 3. Reword these 2 commits real quick. Let's see, ISO. Head tilde 3. Oh, that's fine. Git push. Oh, no. Don't switch to QWERTY. Git push. Okay, and now let's change this authenticate function to use the result type. One problem about this function so far is that it is very C-oriented, and I have to use this pam try macro in order to avoid having a bunch of like just nightmares everywhere. So let's do it. Pam pam result of unit. And this will be okay. And then this can be a question mark. Oh, that's unwrapping. Okay. Dot. Oh, that was a hack. Our host. There we go. We try into that. Map error underscore to pam auth error. That looks decent. And then we return an error down here. I think. Yeah. Okay. And then we replace this with question marks. This might fail with some sort of error, so let's log it. Log error bang error getting our host, comma y pam result code auth error. I think that might do it. Let's see if this compiles. Well, that's not going to compile in a lot of ways, but we managed to refactor out this horrible macro, so that's a plus. So now we have this thing right here, and we're going to get complaints from the parts where we expose C code. So what we want to do here is match, authenticate, and then okay underscore gets to pam result code pam success, and error code goes to code. Right? Yeah. Okay, cool. So now that I can replace all the other parts with that. And And then we go down here. Awesome. Does this compile? It does. Cool. I forgot to make that done. Now let's just commit the results. Just double check, make sure that I got everything. Yep. Cool. So now at this point we have a little welcome message, which, you know, that's okay. We have a little welcome message. It's a little cutesy, but it works. So now let's get to hacking Ubuntu. This is gonna be the kind of drudgery part of the stream, but
we get so wrapped up in numbers in our society.
Did I make an Ubuntu VM on here earlier? Let me open Virtual Machine Manager and check.
You and I with each other at the moment. That's what's important.
Ah, I made Drapian. Okay, this tool right here is a little thing that I made to make making VMs easier called Waifudi. It's for your server and all of its waifus. It is incredibly specific to my needs, and I don't expect it to be useful for anyone else, but let me just grab the IP of this VM real quick. Okay. Yeah, it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna need to build a Debian package of this thing. And I'm on NixOS, so I can't really build a Debian package the right way because NixOS is a very weird non-standard distribution. So I do actually need to go back into Logos, and I do need to make a new server, but it's going to have a fair bit of RAM. What are the flags for this? Ah, memory. 2048? Say that 2 gigs is enough. Gonna make me tentacruel. Okay. Awesome. Okay. VM's gonna get set up, and just waiting for Virtual Machine Manager to tell me that it's at a login prompt. There it is. So now I have a VM with an IP copy. Yeah, Waifudi is, it makes you make VMs really heckin' fast. It's beautiful. Okay, so now that we're in Tentacruel, we can install Rust from RustUp. And then copy that to the clipboard, paste it in. We're just going to go with the default steps. We're going to get Rust 1.58, which is, you know, brand new, but it's probably fine. I hope. Awesome. Okay, so now exit and re-enter, and then you do cargo. Awesome. Sudo apt get install lib am 0g-dev. Oh, and build essential. So this is going to download a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to set up a small development environment in here. And did I install Git? I did not install Git. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we also need to install Git. Um, capital A, Git clone Git at github:/.com: tailscale /pam tailpam tailpam. I swear I am a professional computer person. I hope this is it. Cargo deb. Oh, cargo install cargo deb. Okay, and then yada yada yada. No. Okay. So here is a slight tangent. Here is something you can do with Rust. Cargo space. Car no do that. Cargo road. Okay, now this is just going to install some dependencies, and then we're going to get a... No, it is! It is! Look! Watch. Cargo space, and then it says car no do that, cargo road. That's with a third-party plugin that's not there by default, but yeah. Okay. Okay. HP ham underscore tailscale. Oh yeah, there are lots of really dumb little jokes in the Rust community. If you're making a super serious programming language, you got to be silly sometimes. Otherwise, you're just going to start crying. Okay, so we have a Debian package. Awesome. So now we go over to Drapian, and we're going to copy this package to Drapian. SCP, just target Debian ham tailscale 2:. Oh my gosh, that worked. Okay, cool. We're in business. We're in business. SSH-LZ S. Okay, we have the deb there. Did I already make this fix that I thought I did? And okay, no, I did not. Awesome. So first, we're going to install Pam Tailscale manually, and then we're going to go to user share Pam configs. So this right here is Ubuntu's deterministic PAM configuration framework. It's kind of bad. Create home directory on login. Okay. This is managed by Pam auth update by default. What does that do? Pam auth update is a utility that permits configuring the central authentication policy for the system using predefined profiles as supplied by PAM module packages. Profiles shipped in the user share PAM configs directory specify the modules with options to enable. Okay. Oh, okay. Pluggable authentication modules determine how authentication, authorization, and password changing are handled on the system. Okay, so... we're gonna need to write a PAM configs thing. So... this is an authentication module. Let's take this. Auth type. And this module type performs non-account based authentication based account management. Okay, so we want an auth module. And we want sufficient. Okay, so let's yeah, this is really bad stuff. Name, let's call this we want priority 0, which means it's going to be the main priority. Where are the PAM profiles? Let's Google PAM auth profile Ubuntu documentation. And we're getting a specification from 2008. I guess it's probably not that bad. Config files are RFC 822 stanza based, like Debian control files. Profiles should be shipped in the package providing the module and installed under user share PAM configs. File name should be short or descriptive, matching the package or module name. PAM auth update, you... oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so primary, find anyone that is okay. Additional, all run without regard to success of other additional modules. So I do want a primary module here. Yeah, this is, we're dealing with like ancient parts of Ubuntu here. This is some shit. Okay. So... So let's look at the cargo dev documentation on how to ship a data file. Okay, it moved to a different place. Okay, it's there now. I'm at the right place now. Assets. The first argument is the location of each asset. If each asset is the location of that asset in the Rust project. Lob patterns are allowed. You can use target, release, and asset paths. The target dirs will be automatically corrected. Okay, so no, don't do that. Now we want to do like ham underscore config, right? And we want to copy that to user share ham figs tail scale, I think. So let's see what happens when I do this. Right? Awesome. So we have a need for me to hydrate. Yeah, we're dealing with like ancient parts of Ubuntu here. I am not going to be surprised if something weird goes wrong. So now we pull Tailpam, and then we go to that cargo deb command from earlier. Oh, missing chmod third array entry for asset and cargo.toml. Okay, let's figure out what the thing should be. Let's go for Unix, because that's apparently the... Okay, so we want the mode 0644. We want root to be able to read and write, and everyone else to just be able to read it. That seems logical. Push that. Pull that. Build that. Copy that. Go back to home directory. Then gonna set up the new version of Pam Tailscale. We're gonna go to Pam user share Pam config. Hey, the file's there. So now if we do sudo moth update, we have Tailscale authentication. And if we go to etc pam.d, oh no, you can't change directory into a file. Hey, look at this. We have this. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that's great. Okay, so now let's install Tailscale. So, I haven't actually installed Tailscale on this VM yet. I was gonna wait until this works so we could, investigate this together. So right here, what I'm doing is I'm pasting the curl to bash. Okay, PAM is how authentication works in Linux. It is incredibly cursed. It is based on something that Sun just sort of threw over the wall at people. I am going to have to do this tailscale up command in another terminal window. Not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust you. Go sudo tailscale up, we click the link, we go to the place, we sign in with GitHub, we authorize tailscale, we get back to the authorized application, we scroll down, we select my GitHub org. Okay, so now we see that we have the machine is on the tailscale network. So we SSH in like that. Do we have the message? Okay, it's not running that, which is the other thing that I expected to see. So sudo-i/etc ssh config, and now I want to turn challenge authentication on. Reboot for safety. We're going to run tailscale ping, which will do it in a loop. Yes, this is tmux. And yes, PAM handles like all authentication for everything that opts into it. So it's not activating the module. Okay. Unable to DL open PAM tailscale.so undefined symbol PAM info. Are you hecking kidding me? Oh my gosh, are you hecking kidding me? Undefined symbol PAM underscore info. Okay. When was this function added? Oh my gosh, does this mean we can't add the little hello message? Oh no. Oh no. I did not expect to run into this issue. Check out the Git repository. apt-get source Ubuntu. Okay, so we are editing the sources list for the machine to download all of the source, to be able to download source code so that I can check the version of Linux PAM, because oops. I thought this was okay to use, but apparently the function is not there. My preferred window manager to use is Sway. However, right now I'm using KDE to stream this. Oh, of course they have their own fork of PAM. Okay, we want to unpack the original source code, Linux PAM 1.3.1. Does it say when it was? It says, okay, so when you're reading a manual page like this, there's several things that are important to keep in mind. One of them is the date, and this is the date that the manual page was created. Ubuntu 20.04 was released in April 2020, right? So this means that the PAM info function was added after Ubuntu was released. Oh no, we can't use that. Oh no. Okay, so let's not do that, I guess. The really annoying part about doing things with C like this is that there's not really a good way to detect if, like, maybe a function exists in the ambient space. However, let's just take a quick look through this and see. libpam. See if there's anything useful. I'm gonna use my other thing to search for PAM info here. And then I am going to find the place where it's defined. Oh my god, it's not actually a C function. It's a C macro. Oh my gosh, that's why it's not function, because it's a macro. Ah, okay. So let me paste the exact part that I'm looking at here that made me very sad. So here is the definition of PAM underscore info in the upstream Linux PAM source code. This is not what I expected, because this is defined as a C macro and not a function. And because C is great and we all keep using it, C macros and C functions look exactly identical. So I just got bit by that. That's amazing. I hate it. So instead, what we can do is we can do the thing that PAM actually does here. Okay. Okay, so it uses this magic constant PAM text info. Let's find out where that's defined. Okay, this is what's called message styles. I'm going to do a quick git blame on this file to make sure that it's not too jank. Oh, who are we kidding? This is gonna be jank no matter what. Oh, PAM text info and the PAM info module are there from 22 years ago. Okay, this is not new functionality. That's just when the man page was updated. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to call PAM prompt directly. Oh my god. I feel like an idiot. Okay, so let's pull up the man page for PAM prompt. Where's my clipboard history? There you are. Okay, so we want to take the Pam handle, we want to have it do Tam text info, we want to have null there, and we want the format string at the end. Okay. So Pam prompt, format string is the last argument. We're just going to call this a message style instead of a Pam message style to avoid stuttering. Rust pass C null. FFI null. Nullable pointers in FFI. Okay, pointer colon colon null. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to do a quick scan of code on GitHub to see if somebody else has done this exact pattern before. One of the main things that I'm really not sure about with Rust is passing, like, things that Rust can't represent to C. Let's do Pam prompt, and we'll language colon Rust. Go to the code tab. Okay, so where's the part where it actually calls the C function? Okay, that's probably not going to be super useful, so let's just worry about doing it directly with this. So now these other enums are defined like allow this and set the representation to C. And then we have the message styles. And the message styles are going to be 1 through 4. We have those things, right? Yeah. And we have Pam underscore prompt, which I'm looking for the definition of. Oh, I passed right over it because it uses a weird C thing. Oh, it does actually use var args. Okay. think that allows us to pass a null pointer there. Press can opaque, describe opaque types. What language do I use for hacking? It depends. A lot of the times when I'm like hacking something out, I will use Go. It's not exactly the best language in the world, however, I find that I am able to be productive with it. And text info, and then pointer null. Does that work? As star mute c char. Type annotations needed. What type annotations? You tell me. Okay, I hydrated. Cannot infer type for the type parameter t declared on the function null. Standard pointer null. Oh! Oh, it's like that. Okay. Colon colon. Turbofish. Mismatch types. Expected raw pointer, mute I8, found raw pointer, const mute I8. I think I might actually want a const mute I8 there. Okay, it compiles. That's terrifying. Let's find that out. Yeah, TK pending. It really depends on what you mean by hacking. In this case, what I mean by hacking is I am writing code and doing things like that. So hacking in this case is a positive thing, which means that I am introducing functionality. Okay, so now that we have this, we can git pull, we can build the dev, and then we can test and see if it's egg faults. Cool. Okay, things didn't seg fault, which is good. So let's see what the system journal says. Unable to DL open using faulty symbol. Using undefined symbol. Did I remove something important on accident? No? Oh, you know what helps if you're trying to test a package? It helps if you freaking install the heckin' package. Oh my god. Ugh. Okay, the PAM module didn't get activated, but that's because it's after PAM Unix. Or wait, the priority... What does the priority mean? So is more number more priority here? Did I mess up by making it less priority? So let's go with like 512. Will that do it?
Our struggle as artists isn't about appeasing the crowd.
Git pull.
It's about
Cargo dev.
parts inside of ourselves.
I'm going to save some time, and I'm going to make a big command that does all of the things. Going to git pull, build the package, and push the package to Drapian. Okay, so
That wave isn't necessarily a thing you achieve. Rather, it is a state of mind which you constantly strive toward. This all comes from an understanding that ideas aren't static, but fluid.
okay, so it looks like more number does mean that it's more priority.
Like water.
Okay, that's in stark contrast to what I was expecting. Okay, things didn't seg fault, which is good. Was there should be a message that shows up. So I'm going to leave this on a continuous stream of journal cuddle. Okay, so what it's saying here is that Pam created a session, but the Tailscale module isn't logging anything. So let's hackily add in a little log statement here. Command Pam Tailscale source vim lib.rs, and let's add in a log info bang dot here. Git pull, cargo dev, scp push. Okay, so we set up the new PAM Tailscale module. Now if you go strings, lib security pam tailscale.so pipe grep got here. Oh. We don't have strings installed. Okay, bin strings is a program that will look for strings of text in a file. Okay, cool. We do have got here in there. Okay. So this means that if I go into there, we see that if we trace the entire flow here, we can see that Tailscale logs that there was an accept, or no. We can see that SSHD logs that it accepted a public. Oh, it already passed the authentication once it got to that point, because I have an SSH key set up. Oh my gosh. I know what I'm heckin' doing wrong. Okay, so if I go to a machine that doesn't have SSH into this machine, like Senna, we SSH into Drapian. Oh, God. Okay, we can ping Drapian, which has this IP address. Can't auth, JSON error, missing field tail adder at line 48, column 2. Awesome. We actually found a bug. That's amazing. Missing field tail adder. Okay. So, now, what we can do is we can copy this IP address to make sure that everything's as consistent as possible. We have this, this. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to run this curl command manually. And awesome, we have curl by default. This is great. So what line? We're missing line 48, column 2. Line 48. I don't think that's exactly it. Oh, it's relying on the tail adder field, but the tail adder field doesn't always exist, so we need to use the addresses sub-0 and then, like, break off the /32 at the end. Okay. Okay. Rates. This is so frustrating because we are so close. We are so absolutely close to this. Wait, where was it failing? Of course, it doesn't tell us where in the source code that is, but let's, okay, so we are in peer, but... Oh. Now we're hacking with portals. So this is going to be a kind of annoying process where we're going to, you know, iteratively go through, test little changes, and try again. But this is what I signed up for. This is the type of things that you do when you're hacking at authentication services. Can't auth unknown IP. Why? Oh, did I make an error in the authentication logic here? Okay, so let's look over this part right here that I probably messed up. So we have, when we authenticate, we get, we make a socket address out of the remote host that the user is connecting from. We have oh, I'm not logging the error here. Let's start with that. Um, I feel kind of dumb for not logging this error before, but you know what? We can fix this. So now we have that, and okay, now we have that. We build the package. I hydrate, and we install this. We Control C. We go to here. Missing field routable IPs at line 33, column 3. What? Okay. Oh, because my tower has routable IPs. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, okay. And I think this is going to be the money one. Okay, we got the new package. We log in, and missing field primary routes at line 30. Oh, we are so close. We are so close. You know what? Let's yes, I'm using hack in the computer scientist way, which is coming up with a clever implementation for something. We did this, so let's mark that as done. And now this is just a process of going over primary routes. That was made optional. Yeah, that was made optional. Okay, did I actually push the... So when you think you want to push a change to GitHub, you know what really helps? Committing that change and pushing it to GitHub. This is extra frustrating because, we can see these lines right here that are created by the Heck and Pam module, and machine authorized. Oh my god. You know what? Let's see if there's anything else that's gonna surprise us. Oh, right. I don't want to put it to whois.json. It's not showing the capabilities. That's inconvenient, but well, there goes that idea to use the capabilities to tell if you can log in as root. I'll figure something out. It's just really annoying. Okay. And don't accidentally commit random JSON files to your Git repos. Pro tip. If you push and commit at the same time, you can do it twice as fast instead of having to wait. Yeah, I wish. Oh my gosh, we're in. We're in. We're in. We're in. We're in. We're in. We are in. Yes! Yes! Okay. Now to implement, like, some form of security. Okay, so... Now... If cfg dot user equals root so now let's just implement like some basic protection so that it doesn't let anybody on your tailnet log in as root, except if you own it, if it's your machine. Actually, you know what? Let's implement that as like protection for everything right now. So if result dot user profile dot ID not equals status dot myself dot user ID. Okay, so then we're just going to make this quick not your machine error. This error is basically going to say that No. You know, let's just have this be basic right now. But okay, so when you SSH into this and it's a machine owned by another person in the Tailscale network, it's going to say not your machine and reject you. The logic here is that if this is your own machine, then you should be able to SSH into it. Am I missing anything important at work? Or probably not. Oh. No end meeting. Ah, it's not important. Okay, but yeah, this is great. It's probably something that be done at higher levels of the product stack to make this a bit better, but sure. Let's just make it like a really simple, check to see if you own the machine before you're allowed to SSH into it. So then let's make a new Ubuntu VM, and I'm going to install Tailscale on that and log it in as a different user in my Tailnet and see what happens. So apparently this VM is named Dialga. I have a giant pool of names in this program, and by far the biggest pool is Pokemon, so there's a large chance that I will just get random Pokemon names. Okay, so now I go back to my in-private window, I go to GitHub, I sign in as that account. Awesome, we're in. Okay, so now Dialga, we're gonna log into Dialga. Oh, right. The dark side of having so freaking many virtual machines like this, and especially ones that are disposable, means that occasionally you will recycle IP addresses. Okay, so I can get in normally. That's probably fine. You know what? Let's do that, and then let's install Tailscale like this. And the test is going to be making sure once I wipe my SSH known key, authorized keys from this, the test is going to be making sure that I can't get in. That make any sense? Okay, so we copy the deb, and now I open another terminal window, and I SSH into it. Do sudo tailscale up, I get a link, copy link address, go to this window, go there, sign in with GitHub, authorize, citation. Awesome. Okay, so we can see that we have Dialga and it's not logged in as me. Awesome. So what this step does is I'm going to destroy my authorized keys for SSH by moving it to a new file, which then, if I try to SSH in, it will still allow me why. Did I commit that last part yet? Oh my god, I did not commit that last part. So, it worked exactly as I wanted it to, but not in the way I wanted it to. It worked perfectly, just not what I wanted it to do. Okay, okay. Yeah, we're doing this. Get the logs here. Awesome. And accepted public key. Why? Okay, so we don't have like one of those cases where the SSH. Okay, we got denied. Oh, we also didn't do the thing. Have to turn on challenge response authentication. That's right. Can't auth, not your machine. That's what we want to see. Can't auth, not your machine. Awesome. So now if I try to SSH into there, why does it still work? Oh my god, I remember why. Oh. So when I was debugging SSHD, it also checks authorized keys too. Can't get who is response bad HTTP status 404. Good. Or is that good? Is that good? That doesn't sound good. Oh. Okay, so now we have Smooch'em. And the randomizer is still picking Pokemon names, even though I loaded the name of every single pony from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic in here. But why specifically 2? That's a good question. I don't have a good answer. Oh, right. I'm on the wrong host for SSHing into it. Logos doesn't have any special keys yet. Okay, so now we're gonna install Tailscale real quick. Then I'm going to use my other GitHub account to authorize the second machine as the same user. Okay, so we can get in. Awesome. We have authorization and authentication. I think this is a good place to stop. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna clean a lot of this stuff up, and then I might actually get CI running, or even do like a little test. But yeah, thanks for watching the stream. I hope this was amusing, and I also hope to do a lot more of these types of things in the future. This was sort of a test to see how well this would be received, and apparently this is very well received. So I'm going to try doing more of this in the future. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay safe out there, and keep warm. At least where I am, it's like... yeah, it's like -11 right now. Stay warm out there. It's cold.